Okay, so I tried to do this, but my laptop froze again. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, it's 7:50 a.m. on March 3rd, 2021, and this morning the new news is that I guess one of our bases has been attacked in Iraq or something in response to the airstrikes that President Biden chose to do in Syria. I am not a war person. I am a peacenik. I would rather we don't ever bomb anybody or have any military stuff. I did not vote for this president. We already know that. So when I get war that I didn't vote for, it doesn't surprise me. Probably surprises some of the people who voted for him. But then again, they weren't voting for him. They were voting against him. And they're going to get all the things they didn't vote for because they were voting against. And they voted against a president who didn't get us involved in any wars. So between the airstrikes and that President Biden decided on by himself, I guess, without any congressional approval, I don't think he told his friend Kamala either. But also, so that happened. And then yesterday, and I had called those airstrikes, I refer to it saying that I felt like he was picking a war with Russia. He don't like Russia. The establishment don't like Russia. Hillary Clinton didn't like Russia. The war hawks don't like Russia. So yesterday there were sanctions placed on Russia because of the Navalny situation. I'm not going to go into that. Anyway, and they said that they're going to see what else they can do, like what other actions they could take against Russia. Because they want to pick a fight with Russia, like I said before. So anyways, I watched the Today Show. I've been watching the Today Show since I was a kid. I used to watch back when Jane Pauley and Bryant Gumbel were on. It's just my default thing that I do now. It's habit from decades. I just basically leave the TV on Channel 10. That's how it's always been. And that's the NBC affiliate we're in. So, this morning, they reported on that, on the attack on our base in Iraq. But then, I went in the other room. I went to make some tea. Come back. What are they talking about? Meghan Markle, Meghan Markle, Meghan Markle. Because why? I do not know. I do not know why we're supposed to care. The story that followed Meghan Markle was about book banning and cancel culture and everything that decent people are worried about, because the first step along the path of a totalitarian regime is book banning. I remember as a kid growing up, and they would refer to the stupid times of the past and book burning and how dumb that was. It's no different. Anybody who wants to silence people, they're the bad guy. That's all you need to know. Someone trying to silence someone else for whatever reason is the bad guy. End of story. But remember, on this station that I watch all the time, been watching for years, the mainstream media, they put the Meghan Markle story before something as important as book banning, which in this case the book banned itself. And honestly, I didn't read the Dr. Seuss books growing up. I don't know what's in them. Supposedly it's some racist images. I would then ask, why can't you just change the images? If you must. Not that I'm in favor of editing somebody's work, but It's better than banning, isn't it? Or just taking out the image and putting the words on a blank page. But they're not doing that. The company is banning themselves, the book publisher, because they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or whatever. But like I said, something that important comes after Meghan Markle. What's the next story? The next story is about Kobe Bryant's wife. I am not a basketball fan. I know who Kobe Bryant is. I remember seeing him, I knew who he was back a long time ago. I think the first time I knew who he was because they were showing him like he went on a date with Brandy, or he went to her prom or something like that. I think he went to a prom with her, or his prom. I don't know. Somebody's prom they went to. And then I knew who he was. Because like I said, I didn't watch basketball then. I heard his name, obviously he became very famous. Then he had the controversy where he was tried for rape. I honestly don't remember what happened in that trial. I'm going to go check. Okay, so what had happened was there was a trial. I knew there was a trial, but it didn't go through because he admitted having sex with her, said it wasn't rape, and then she decided not to testify, and so the trial went away. So last week or something, his wife was coming after people for calling him a rapist. I don't know if it was just people online or if it was a publication or whatever. And it's a strange thing to me because here you have cancel culture, cancel people who did unwanted hugs. And in this case of Kobe Bryant, you had an allegation that went all the way to trial. And it would be perfectly believable for people to still think that the wrong thing happened. He could have just, that's one of those, who knows, because we weren't there. But the idea that those two people did something, he admitted that. So the wife now is going after people for calling him a rapist. It's interesting because when you go back to that time, there was this allegation that went to trial. And he never was canceled. He did not get canceled at all. And everybody decided to forget about that. He won an Oscar in the year when they were canceling everybody else for allegations. And everybody just pushed it aside. And I don't think people should lose their jobs for things they do outside. I don't think people should lose awards for filmmaking from stuff that happened outside. So it's just, cancel culture is so rampant right now. And you hear all these stories and you think about everything. To me, that's the most important thing happening right now, because cancel culture isn't just, they're being mean to people or they're not letting them have a Twitter account. It means that you will be shunned from society in terms of being able to work. And what are you going to do when you are cast out from society? It's not just, you won't be able to get into country clubs, or decent people won't be able to talk to you, or they won't want to talk to you, or something like that. This isn't just, this is you're done. Your career's over. You will never work again. And that's what's happening. They're banning books. This is not just, we don't like you, go away. We don't want you in our friendship circle. This is, we are trying to erase you. We're erasing you. We're erasing your book. Okay? And I guess in the case of the people who they like or who are on the right side, they can do whatever they want. But the people who are on the wrong side can't do anything. If you're a supposed good guy, you can get us involved in wars, and nobody's going to say a thing. If you're a bad guy and you don't get us involved in any wars, everybody's going to act like, so what? He was still a jerk. Who cares? What's worse than getting involved in wars? And the media's coverage. I mean, let me see. They're talking right now. So they talked for 2 seconds about the attack. I forgot his name. The reporter was saying that the Pope is supposed to go there in 2 days. He's supposed to go to Iraq in 2 days. If the Pope don't go, it's worse than if the Pope goes and gets blown up. I'm not even saying, because I have believed so much of what we've gone through with the lockdowns over the last year or so has been about removing people's spirituality, removing people's souls, removing people's connections towards one another, anything involving the Force, anything that everything that has been done was about physicality, materialism, money, life over how you live. Survival, but not living, not being a human, taking away humanity, not allowing people their funeral rights, not allowing people that end of life family, just stripping humanity from people in their final hours, destroying families by not allowing them to have that final goodbye with loved ones, not being able to truly have, not being able to go to church, not being able to go to a wedding, have a real wedding, have drive-by weddings, not dating, meaning no hugging, no kissing, no. Nothing soul-centered. Everything was to drive us away from our humanity, our shared humanity. And now the Pope was supposed to be going to a place. Popes don't go. And a couple days before this is going on. That's a coincidence. The country, I think, is behind a lot of things. The country, I think, is lighting a fire under certain people's butt to do certain things. I've said before, they don't believe in Pope type stuff. They don't believe in humanity. They believe in concentration camps and systematic rape. They believe in letting little babies make your cell phone. This all started to go to shit when England gave Hong Kong back to them. It wasn't the rules, they had to, but and Biden has done exactly what they want. Kick up a fight with Russia. That's what this is. And meanwhile, the media will make sure that anybody who's not aware will be firmly focused on Meghan Markle and her butthurt feelings about some news story, and her and Prince Harry doing God knows what, and the number of vaccines going out. Vaccine. This media has been so busy covering this vaccine bullshit that it has blanketed all the important stuff that has happened right before the election all the way till now. It's just like this vaccine thing. They use this constant update. I mean, every freaking day. They use it as a blanket to smother every other news story. This is why you have to watch news. This is why you have to pay attention. You have to see what they're doing and say, why are they doing it? And why are they making a story about somebody who's not royalty anymore more important than book banning and giving it equal time with the kickoff of what could be World War III?